Dude, I hate to I don't want to disappoint you, but I'm really gonna let you down now, I believe. But I was a raging thief from Sears. Audio department, they upgrade me. And these the guys I was working with, these tough guys, they were these like big Hispanic dudes from Patterson, New Jersey, and they were all like they're hanging out and they're running fun things. I'm like, oh man, if you could steal, how would you steal, right? And they were like, I would do this, and I went, nah, that's silly. What you got to do is you return it, right, and then you just mark it down, leave it in the back stock room for like a month, because then the price goes down every week. It's not sold, and then you can just buy it for $5. You got a receipt, and you can just return it and get a new one from the store. You use a floor mat, right? And the guy goes, oh, comes back a month or two later, puts $100 bill in my hand, and he goes, yo, thanks for hooking that up. You got any other ideas? And what he had done was, there was one guy, there's two people in our department that we knew weren't stealing. This one kid, I don't know, he was a black kid who looked very much like Carlton kind of thing. He was very like proper. And so everyone was like, he's too innocent to bring into this. So we left him alone. And then there's this guy named Hamid, who was like this little Indian guy who was going to medical school in America. He was like, he was like 35 when I was like 17. So he was like an old man to me. Come over to this country with like dreams of being a doctor, was working his way through, and we hated him because he loved the job, because he came here from India, and we were like, man, fuck this guy. And he was like, we should know why you work, right, Bella? Everybody. And we were like, man, fuck you. He would like run around circles trying to get all the customers, and we hated it because we were like, yo, man, leave some customers for us, And he was like, I'm trying to pay for medical. He was so happy. We hated him, but he was like, I liked him, but we like kind of like, he's not in, and Todd's not in. All right, fam, I should have said his name. But anyway,
it's all right.
Long story short.
There's tons of Todds.
Right. Long story short, they call me down. And they're like, Greg, we would just see people, dude. Every day you'd see someone from the department leaving in handcuffs. They would get somebody, and like other crews. We would see like other crews who were stealing. But our crew was like, nah, man, we checked. We double checked. We know we're doing we were like the highest crew of like,
holy
shit. Like we knew how we were doing it.
You guys
right?
were Ocean's 11.
Dudes, but we were like, all right, man, anyone talk to him? No, because we would hook up the departments. You'd be like, we even had a guy in on security where we knew he was like, when he was working, we were good. Like he was like, oh, he's not checking tapes. This guy won't check tapes for us, right? As long as we get him like this car stereo and shit. Like, dude, it was wild. Anyway, every day we'd see people losing. You just see people getting handcuffed and brought out. And then one day they come and they get Todd. And we're like, nah, what the fuck? Why did they grab him? Turns out, right, I don't see him for years. I see him and I go, hey, fucking dude, how are you? What the fuck happened? And he was like, I got a little greedy, And I go, he tells me what happens. Not only was this guy stealing, he knew we were stealing. He was the best of all of, he stole, I'm going to tell you what he stole. An Infinity G45. Wait a minute. How do you steal a car? What he did was he was doing a move where he would mark things down like we did till they were nothing, right? Sell them for like $5, but the thing never left. Then he would take the thing somehow. I don't know exactly how it did. Return it like later with no receipt, because I didn't need a receipt for some of these things. Turn it with a receipt. Then cash was supposed to leave the register. Let's say $100 is supposed to leave the register. Now the register's over, right? So what he would do was he would use that money to pay off his Discover card. On his Discover card, he bought an Infinity G45, G35 or whatever. So he stole a car from Sears somehow, which they didn't even sell cars. They couldn't get him on it. They couldn't figure out how he was doing it. So they ended up they brought him down in handcuffs as a show, and then fired him for late or some shit, lateness or something. Get the
fuck out of here.
Kind of like how they got what's his name on like tax evasion. Like that's how they got Todd. And he I didn't get in trouble. He was like, I don't know, man, I got a car. My mom, and he was like, yeah, my mom got a car. It was like wild, dude. It was the most stressful time of my life.
Fucking sleeper cell, bro. The whole you guys were like, no, it's fine. That's it. No, we didn't. Dude, you guys should have been taking notes, dude. What the fuck,
dude?
You guys suck.
Well, he was also like very like ultra smart. Like he was one of these guys. He was like, oh, he's
Clearly.
not stealing. He's super sweet and he's ultra smart. And he was just like, oh, like he was on some other level.
Dude,
but
he
they
just
knew
office spaced the shit out of Sears, bro. He just 100%. He was like, yeah, take my stapler. I'll
I'm gonna burn this place down.
I'm gonna burn this whole bit. Dude, could you imagine right now? He's just sitting at home like, fuck yeah, dude. Who won the long game now? Sears. Fucking defunct.
The manager, people would bully him. Like they'd come in, they wouldn't bully him, but they'd be like, can you do this? Can you clean this up, Todd? Could you? And he'd be like, yes, okay, whatever you. He was just such a sweet guy, and dude, now you look back and you go like, oh, he got them all back.
He was Kaiser Sose.
He would just go like, he'd be like, damn, Todd, why are you their whipping boy? And he'd be like, oh, I'm sure they don't mean it. And it was like, oh, he got everybody back. Like he got his fucking, like
my mind is fucking blown right now.
That was amazing. It was like one of the greatest tales. Because no one was like, oh, damn, Todd was at it too. We could have been partying with, because we all love Todd, but we were like, you didn't want to like dirty him. He was very innocent. He was like an innocent child. But he was
can't
like,
take him down to our level, dude.
No, we didn't want to.
You want to bring him in the fucking underbelly of the Sears criminal underworld? Live by the audio, die by the audio.
Right.
That's so funny though. You guys were worried about stealing the speakers, and Todd was like, "Fuck the audio. I want the whole."
He found